for the partitions.
Alright kittens, what's up? Gonna be going through our Rig Strongholds first, and then probably our Kali Slayer. Hopefully the Kali Slayer will, I guess Ace was the only person who played in it, but hopefully that will show some of the things that I talk about us doing wrong in this game and, you know, in many other matches that we've had before. Anyway, so Rig Strongholds. Off the bat, this is against 343 Guilty Sparkles. This is the most complex game type in the entire game, as far as I'm concerned. The rotations are tough, and the communication is also really important because of the way the sightlines work on this map. And you're looking at three power equipment things with a scatter shot at barrels, the railgun up at drill platform, and the camouflage on the little camo spot over there. I don't know what else to call it. So yeah, we spawned inside. That's usually the better side for getting a lot of these power weapons. One of the things you'll note is that if they send somebody long haul, if we're getting up here on this side of Tower 2, we can put a grenade right on where that guy tends to come through. We can also bounce a grenade off here that'll land right on the scatter shot and the barrels as this guy comes to get it. If you get the timing on that, that can often be a free kill. It can back people off. And we can get someone pulling the camo the way that Space does it, which is nice and quick. Or and ideally get the railgun as well. We need someone to put pressure on them on the catwalk here, and as they come into Whitehall, so that they don't get to the railgun from that side. And we definitely need somebody, preferably two people, who are really concerning themselves with the guy coming through long haul, who can just pull this rail back out and then start defending their strongholds on the inside. Or excuse me, on the outside. Obviously the outside setup is a little bit stronger because the carbine spawns can see both of the big strongholds. You've got Nest and Basement. Nest and Basement are easily defensible from the carbine spawns because I can throw nades at Nest, I can shoot anybody on the Nest bridge. Nobody should ever get to Nest for free if we're actually looking at it. And I've got Basement right here, which again, I can deal with relatively easily if anyone tries to get in and cap Basement. Now, if they push through barrel side, they can block the spawns at carbine and slay us out. So you definitely want to be conscious of not letting people get all the way through barrels. You want to try and use this as a buffer zone. Ideally get damage on anyone in Tower 2, maybe even get up here and start funneling them out towards Nest from the inside. So if people are going E2 to Nest, now they're vulnerable. We've got people wrapping on Tower, keeping them off of this side of the map and just into this shitty area over here where they tend to get stuck or have to go open field, and we can always back down, use our height advantage, etc., etc. You can also capture BR base. You can always rotate on this map if the other team is, you know, on one stronghold, like if they're all at Basement and we're all at BR base, we can rotate to Nest while they're rotating towards BR base and run an infinite loop. The question is, you know, at what point will they manage to catch one of us on our rotations, or will their rotations be too slow while ours are faster and we're getting our caps and getting the heck out? That's, you know, where the complexity comes in. There's always one or two different things that you could do well, that you can do badly, and that's what makes this so difficult. So anyway, let's go through some of this. First, we'll see Ace's perspective here. You can see he manages to get a little bit of damage on Lee, but unfortunately, because he doesn't know the nade and the timing, not going to kill him, that's fine. But he needs to immediately be worrying about Andy here with his railgun. As you can see, Coney and Nate are both looking at basement window. So Andy's probably going to get this railgun for free. The railgun kills Space, who was pulling the camo. Nate and Coney are in an okay position. Ace is able to get a couple shots on him, and I think Nate's going to finish him. So this is not the worst start in the world, but ideally, I think we could have kept Andy weak and prevented him from killing our camouflage player. We are now going to get blasted with the scatter shot, and our team is being forced out onto the Nest, just like I talked about being, you know, dangerous position. Guilty Sparkles has now managed to cap Basement. They've got control of that carbine spawn. Lee is wrapping and putting pressure on us in BR base. And we're kind of right where they want us. Lee is maybe a little bit overextended there in the BR base, but because it takes us a long time to kill him, and he actually gets Ace down, these three are able to come in behind us and flank us and kill us. We're just going to leave Coney alone at Nest because he's taken him out himself, you know, out of the slaying for 10 seconds by capping that stronghold. Lexi's stuck in E1 as well, so we don't really have any positioning here from which to fight. So Coney's now going to be trying to rotate in where Space is, gets a good kill, but they finish us off again because they knew where we were going to be. They forced us right out where they wanted us and ended up winning those trades. Nate's spawning at Carbine now. We might get some more people. Our trades were not the worst thing in the world, but right now we're probably going to die for BR base with Andy up there and looking at it. And we'll see if Nate is going to be able to catch Alex alone out here.
Blue team scoring. Blue team gained the lead.
Okay, so Nate would have been in a good position to kill Alex there, but unfortunately doesn't quite see him. Sometimes that's going to happen. It's okay. Again, we should be nading the shit out of these guys right here now that we know that they're over there. Andy is alone over here pushing this side. Archer should be able to stay off radar and find him. Lexi, again, should probably be trying to get up and wait until we have a kill or two, since the other team is all alive, before we go and try and cap this basement. Instead, we put 3 people in basement, so we give away Nest. Nest sucks because you die out there really easily, but you only die out there if someone actually decides to fucking kill you. Like, if we just let people go on that, then they're going to be able to walk out there for free, and it's no longer going to be a bad play for them, it's going to be a productive play for them.
Stronghold control.
You can see they even send 2 people into open field, but because we're so committed to this basement that we're trying to cap, they're still scoring, they're slaying the shit out of us, and they're going to now have basement while we're all in respawn.
We lost basement.
So we're up now, we're trying to get BR base. We've got a guy on Nest. Space will probably be in trouble over there. From here, double capping is nice, but if you know the other team is alive and is going to kill Ace, that's Ace's problem, basically. I don't want to see us diving into strongholds only to get slayed out here. That's good teamwork, and I'm glad we got away with it, but we've also dropped here, and now they're up in Tower 2 on us.
Stronghold control.
So unless we just fight way better than they do now. See, Coney's going to get destroyed. Ace is going to sneak over to Barrels. Let's get on with him. And Space and Nate are stuck out at Nest alone. We're now scoring because like they did a poor job of fighting, but overall they still have more people up. We've died more than we really needed to, and we don't have control of Carbine. So they all fly out to Nest. We've got spawns and Barrels. That's how Coney got over there. Ace is going over to try and get this pick and be our base.
Area defended.
Alright, so we got a kill here. But we're getting pegged by Andy, who has realized that Nest doesn't need him and gone out and done something else. I think this is a smart play from him that we all too often don't make, is saying, okay, shit, these guys are capping Nest together. I gotta just go out somewhere, support them, and like buy them time. Ideally, he'd be stopping Nate at Barrels rather than, you know, blading Ace. Because Ace is probably going to get help from Coney here.
You're an excellent diversion.
But this is still a big play from him to get a trade and allow his team to get the setup that they want and still spawn at Carbine. Now here, this is one of the things that we do a lot that we really need to work on. We've got power weapons coming up in like 4 seconds. We should be playing inside for the weapons. Let them have the 2 or 3 points that they're going to get, you know, in the 10 seconds that we have to wait. We can get up here and we can like slay them. You know, if we were going long haul, killing this guy Carbine and then like running in, grabbing rail, grabbing camo, and going to slay, fine. Like, yeah, go ahead and push Barrels as long as you're playing for the power-ups. But if we're just going to jump right in the stronghold, we're just going to die. So like we get some good kills here. But they're still spawning on Carbine on us, so Lee gets out here. Okay, just kidding. Because we were in the basement, we were looking at it, Carbine didn't get any spawns, but their entire team was over there, and they were able to slay us and force us back in a bunker. So even though Coney gets this cap, it's kind of lucky, and it's not really the level of control that we should be getting when they make a mistake as big as sending all those people out to nest. And we should have power weapon control right now, but we don't. So we keep sending people over there to try and defend this stronghold, and they're dying. We've got them overextending a little bit. Like I said, they don't play this perfectly, so they screw up too. But again, overall, they're the ones who have maintained carbine control this entire time. So like if we're fighting well, all things considered, except for the fact that we're playing strongholds like friggin' idiots. No offense, guys. Again, I'm hamming it up, trying to make it fun, make it
defended.
usefully critical, if that makes sense. So we've got Ace again, going up here.
Blue team scoring.
Overall, like we've got no pressure on us right now, but we're not getting up to where we like really need to be, which is if we get up to tower, we could have spotted that guy who was going along the catwalk. If we got someone, this guy E2 is fine because he's going to be able to shoot that guy, but we could be in a better position to do it like up here. They can still see you from long haul, but that long haul guy would get nades on him from tower 2. We could get someone up here towards Whitehall. You could melt him, pick this guy at nest, and then start shooting at their catwalk. But instead, we're all way back here because we didn't recognize the fact that they were capping the strongholds was preventing them from coming up and pushing us. I hope that makes sense, guys. Let's see. So like we get a good kill here on E2. The problem is we weren't able to deal with nest again because we were too far back. We weren't able to get that guy into Whitehall who could crossfire nest. Coney's got it now, but we've already lost a man. Nate's also going low towards nest. And again, like we're pushing on to nest. All 4 of them are over there. And we're getting good long-range shots. But we can't possibly survive over here with all of those grenades. We were never going to succeed on this one. Now Ace does a good job here getting around on them. You can see we're getting some good kills because Ace and Coney are working in tandem right now. Coney and Ace can both shoot at this guy on nest. They've got a guy in open field who they can fuck up. Fortunately, Andy's there and he's going to kind of give us pain. But Alex is in basement where he can't do anything to us. And we did get 04 SVT. Like, just between the 2 of us, we've managed to mess them up pretty bad. If we had Nate and Space alive right now, one more person pushing on this side, not in the basement trying to cap the stronghold prematurely, but like on back rail or something, helping Ace to spot all these guys on carbine, would have been a lot better.
10 seconds to railgun.
So we wind up on this cycle where we're all like dying one by one. We spawn out here. The railgun's coming up. Get the railgun. We want the railgun.
Railgun ready.
Okay. This is alright actually, because he's playing the spawns while someone else is getting the railgun. We just need to know that like we're looking for a guy on carbine. Then jump up, clear carbine first, find out if you're worried about that.
Blue team halfway to victory.
So now again we get weapons, but we get slayed out because we're just a little bit disconnected on who's doing what. So Coney's alive. He challenges their scatter. And they're already pushing over here to carbine with the camo. You see this play by Andy? This is really smart. They're always prioritizing this area, and they're using whatever tools they have to get there, while we're letting ourselves get stuck in this bunker for just too long. You notice we're also just a little disconnected over there, so Archer's shooting at this guy while Space is backing down. Coney's in the tower also, but isn't really able to shoot at him. We're just kind of splitting up and missing targets. We're letting them get onto drill platform a lot, despite the fact that we have tower too. That was camo, so I guess that's gonna happen. Might have to go back and do Space's point of view again, but do you see again here? We didn't have any slays and we're still trying to cap this. Like Lexi and Arch and Ace are both in here trying to cap basement and just giving away our position while they're all like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of this stronghold. I mean, sometimes they're stupid and they stand at it because they do that. But for the most part, they're doing a better job than we are of using the strongholds to their advantage.
Blue team nearing victory.
Here again, we've got them on the run. I'd rather, like, once we recognize that they're out there, that we just got a ton of pressure and flooded this barrels area. They do a good job of getting some damage on us, but they're getting slayed right now. I mean, we should be... yeah, I don't know. I mean, we should be getting our grenades out. Ace has a frag grenade that could have hit all three of those guys at the same time. Like, we shouldn't be letting one person get melted by it, the two people get melted by them, while the two of our guys are at full shields. Like, we gotta be doing something. Either Lexi and Nate know that their job is to back down and stay alive and just bait people out while Ace and Coney rotate and, like, try to set up towards car. Or, you know, more importantly, since they're here, just lay them the fuck out. But the problem is we got split. And they focused harder on us than we did on them, basically. So again, Lexi's trying to cap this.
Stronghold control.
But because, like, even though they slayed us out, they've lost control now because they sent people through E2 and Whitehall and left nobody to guard carbine spawns.
Red team scoring.
So now we're starting to take control, which is great. We've got some power weapons though that we're not really playing for. And some good trades. Ace knows that it's there. And this is smart. Instead of just running at it, Ace is doing a good job of baiting it and using it to get this kill on D-Man. This is smart. Ace is also, like, melting away, calling a couple people out, then getting damage on them. He's being a huge pain in their ass. And D-Man, who knows what he's doing going up there. Maybe camo was late and he just got camo. But we're doing a good job of getting our kills. We just need to, like, organize which stronghold we're pushing for. So once we get these guys dying over here, we should have someone trying to take Nest. We've got like 3 or 4 kills since then. We just haven't managed to get a stronghold. Instead, we've got Coney in BR base, which we're going to capture right now. So this is good teamwork, good flowing over to help, but we just gave up carbine.
Stronghold control.
So they're going to start capping basement while we're working on Nest. They're taking themselves into open field. Coney's over here on Alex, and has killed him. This is good. Now we can pinch these guys. We've got a triple cap, so we can let Nest go if we want to. We just really need to slay this carbine. So Ace could go either here to just melt this dude on Nest and shoot at this guy on the platform, or he and Coney could go together. Probably just for us, I'd rather just put us together, charge through here to carbine, and let them get stranded out at Nest while, looks like this is Space is going to be over there, helping out and finishing Nest.
Time remaining, 5 minutes.
So this is what we didn't need, to soar out to Nest and die to Lee here, when we could have got behind Lee, bottled them up, and destroyed them.
You are an excellent
So, like, somehow we've gotten away with this. And we may even be able to cap Nest, but nope, they've got camo here. He's hiding on us. Yeah, we weren't able to get this layout there. That was a good camo play. Again, a lot of times the problems, you have to go 30 to 45 seconds back. If we'd done a better job of playing for those power weapons a while ago, and had more control going into those power weapons, we might have been able to avoid this, but because they got their camo, they eventually set themselves up to win.
Blue team scoring.
And they were able to cap the R base before we were able to get out to Nest. However, we were in the better position here. You know, if this game had been to 150, we might have had a chance to at least put in a respectable scoring run, because we had carbine. You know, if we didn't have to desperate here, the guy in Whitehall could have been cleaned up by Coney here. Or maybe I'm watching Ace, I can't remember. If we didn't have to desperately fly over to this nest, then we might have been able to clean up the Whitehall, which would have kept the guy alive in nest. We double cap it. Now all of a sudden we've got the setup that we want. I don't think we ever managed to get the basement nest combo, or if we did, it was only for a very brief moment. Overall, most of our failures were due to jumping in the stronghold way too early and dying one by one instead of getting together, charging with a united front, and slaying them out and getting the spawns that we want. So it's funny, in Capture the Flag, we'll get all of our kills, but we'll get them too slowly and never go for the objective. And on Strongholds, we do the exact opposite thing, where we just run straight at the objective with no kills. And I'm sure individually, you guys felt like you were making the right play sometimes. We need to get everybody on the same page about which one we're doing. And that's just going to come from us playing together and everybody knowing that, 4 up, no one's going. 1 down for them. Okay, now we're getting a lead on going. 2 down, let's make our play for it. Let's collapse. And as soon as you know where they are and that you've got a teammate in position to finish those kills, that's when you're getting in the stronghold and starting it and getting someone who's attached at your belt loop to come in with it and capture it with you. So thanks for watching, guys. The next video I'm going to do is going to be Kali Slayer, and we're going to show you a little bit more of how that the team all runs together and challenges shit together, how that stuff works, how you just kind of pick something and collapse on it. It's not 100% perfect, but it'll be a decent positive example because it's against the same group of people, and you can kind of see how we're able to just play faster with me, Tex, and Giggler, and